I was just seeing whatever and letting myself go. One day, I got tired of it. I just looked at myself in the mirror around New Year's and I was just like, damn, I don't look good. Not happy with myself. My lowest was 151. It's different, man. It felt really good. Never felt like I had that much confidence in myself. I didn't think I was able to achieve something like that.
State your name, where you live, and what you do for work.
My name is Josh. I'm originally from Amarillo, Texas, and I live and work in Colorado. And I push dents for a living and work around body shops.
Hell yeah. You don't hear that very often. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So for the viewers, describe your situation before starting out with me and Generation Fit. Talk about, your starting weight, what you felt like, etc.
I started at 168 and I was just eating whatever and kind of just letting myself go. And just, one day I got tired of it. I just looked at myself in the mirror around New Year's and I was just like, damn, I, I don't look good. And I'm letting myself go. I really looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, not happy with myself for like the first time ever. You know what I mean? So I wanted to, change myself and do something about it rather than, sit and, let myself go.
And being that you let yourself go, and how old are you again?
I am 37.
37. You don't only what?
Yeah.
What? Okay. Anyways, dude, he looks like he's like my age, 30. Anyways, um, but I guess being there, right? Being at 37 years old, right? Letting yourself go, like, how was that making you feel?
Oh, I was just, it didn't give me any confidence. I'll tell you that. So I wanted to kind of at least look better and, feel better about myself. That's just a starting point.
Mm-hmm. What were you unable to do that you wished you could back then?
Uh, I mean, I was more active and I had a lot more energy. That's for sure. And, I was, I was looking at myself and I knew I was letting myself go. So I was like, man, I got to get back.
Yeah. And did it have any negative impact on yourself or others around you? Being, over the heaviest you've been?
To be honest, around the friends and family, they didn't really care or know, but they did kind of see me like take on the diet a little bit more serious and how I was kind of making active changes. Like they knew like I was going to the gym like really early and then kind of meal prepping and stuff like that, or I was pretty picky about, what I was eating throughout the week. And so, they saw that being around roommates.
Yeah, of course, of course. All right. So then here, I would say is before we get into the, getting to know us, right? I think back then, like what were like the thoughts that you were having, like when you finally, when you reached 168, you're
Mhm.
37 years old, like, what was that feeling like overall?
Uh, I mean, I'm not gonna beat myself up and say, man, I look like I was horrible, man. I mean, I just I just knew I wasn't happy, man. And I was like, man, I can't let myself go like that because I've seen like other people who used to, pretty be good looking and they let themselves go. Usually happens around that age, man. I didn't want to say anything, but that fear actually motivates me in that sense.
Yeah, of course, of course. All right. So then here, now, how did you find me, right? Coach Chris Lee or Generation Fit?
I found you on Instagram, man. One of your posts was up there, and then kind of I was like, man, you used to be, yeah, you're kind of the guy like I kind of want to be like in a sense that you know that that was me back then. Kind of I wanted to make a difference.
Absolutely,
I
right?
wanted to get in shape like you, man.
Well, thank you. Well, the whole point is I try to strive to be
Yeah,
the example, right? The leader.
yeah.
But yeah, what were your initial thoughts about going through the process? Like when we first messaged, when we first got on a call, like, what was going through your
hmm
head?
Uh, well, I just came into it with an open mind. I mean, there's nothing. I know there's nothing to lose. I know, like, if I work hard and I can stay focused and stuff like that. So I mean, if anything, I had nothing to lose, so just came in there with an open mind. I'm really yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. All right. Eh, what were your doubts and fears on our, about this entire process? Meeting, call, onboarding.
I was gonna be honest, like man, I don't know how it was gonna turn out. To be honest, like this is like the first time I'm actually doing something, but I'm not gonna lie, yeah, it was kind of you know scary, the unknown.
Yeah, and what were your fears about this?
Not getting the results I want. Like if it, yeah, basically, I was gonna say, but
Sure, sure. No, that makes sense. I mean, it's completely reasonable. So
yeah,
then, I guess what made you say yes, anyways?
yeah. I mean, like I said, I had nothing to lose, man. I was gonna say I came in, I was gonna focus and do everything I can. So if you can bring everything you got, I mean, I can't see why you can't fail.
Damn right. Well, that's why I loved working with you because you were like, dude, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. And I was like, all right, let's get after it.
Yeah, right.
Which leads me to the next part is like, where are you at now? Right. So six months later, what was the lowest weight you got to?
6 months later,
Yeah.
I think, I mean, my lowest was 151, 152 there.
Yeah, 151. So for context, that's 17 pounds down on the scale. And then in terms of the muscle that he's put on, so the estimation at the conservative end is that he put on 5 to 6 pounds of muscle on the low end. So he's actually down 23 pounds of fat. Okay. So that's where you are now. And I guess being part of that first stage,
Mhm.
how did it make you feel getting to a new low
Uh-huh.
while having more muscle?
Oh, it's different, man. It felt really good, man. I've never felt like I had that much confidence in myself. I didn't think I was gonna be able to achieve something like that, to be honest, looking back at it. But, you know, everything was just day by day, week by week. And eventually, just making small gains, man, small wins.
Absolutely, and look at that, right? In the first six
Yeah,
months, how's that? How's that make you feel? What? How do you like? How do you feel now? Now that you're like, wow, I'm back in the gym. I'm consistent. I'm losing that weight.
yeah,
I'm putting on muscle.
man. I feel great, man. I feel amazing. Like I knew what I felt like when I was 168, and it didn't feel good. And what I'm feeling now, I'm feeling pretty good, man. So I
Yeah.
just want to
Are
keep
any
at
of the
it.
clothes feeling better? Any clothes feeling better?
Yeah, the clothes are feeling better, way better. I was gonna say that 168, man. I was bad. I had to untuck the belt a little bit, man. I had to untuck the belt a little bit.
Yeah, I know. I feel that. And what are you able to do now that you couldn't do before?
Uh, I was gonna say I'm definitely more active and I can move around with much more ease. Like I'm definitely not huffing and puffing. I mean, because I've been doing cardio consistently, and I can see the effects of it when I do it,
Hell yeah, hell
which is
yeah.
what I kind of wanted. Just to be kind of more lighter, feel lighter.
Of course, of course. I mean, trust me. I mean, even coming from my 20s into my 30s, the biggest thing I've noticed was like you have to start doing these things, or like you will literally
Yeah,
stop. Like it's almost like greasing the grooves. Like if you don't, shit's not gonna work properly.
yeah.
It feels like that, especially my hips and my lower back. But all right, what would you say is what positive impact has this had on others around you?
Positive impact. I mean, if anything, I was gonna say it may motivate somebody, maybe my roommate, to be more active or do more or something like that. Because they see me meal prep, and I keep an open mind too. I ask, you know, because he meals preps too, and so he knows something too. So maybe it can motivate somebody else to do something.
Yeah, I mean that's the highest form of that's actually the highest form is just you doing and not pushing them. It is
Yeah,
100%. You're just like, this is who
yeah.
I am.
And I'm not like forcing it, like what I'm doing around them. It's just kind of I'm like there, like I'll eat out with them. It's just a matter, planning and executing stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, right? And give you all the tools to do that. All right. So then here, last question. What would you tell somebody who's watching this right now and is unsure about taking the next step?
I was gonna say, man, don't be afraid, man. You don't have nothing to lose. I mean, I was gonna say, Chris is a really good coach, and he's keeps an open mind on certain things. So I was gonna say, just come in with a positive approach, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, just look back at 6 months, right? Like, just know that I have every single one of our conversations ever, right? And if you were to talk to yourself 6 months ago, right,
Uh,
and you were on the fence, what would you say to yourself?
got nothing to lose, man. Got nothing to lose.
Yeah, you're right. Damn right. Well, it's Josh. Well, just know that we're going to be taking you to a whole new era. So in his first 6 months, he did lose that much amount of weight. It's about 23 pounds of fat, gained 6 pounds of muscle. And now we're going to go on to the next phase. So for another 14 months. So you'll see Josh from here, a whole different person. So even more muscular and even leaner at a heavier body weight. So I'm excited, brother. I'm
I'm
excited.
excited